So what is the specific target market that you're looking for?
So basically, the reason that we opened Indocafe is because we want to educate the American market about Indonesian cuisine. And so the target market that we want to achieve is primarily the American market, the local market, which is the non-Indonesian, because we find that the non-Indonesian actually do not quite know or understand about Indonesian cuisine. And so that's not an easy task to identify and how to effectively to those target market.
Okay. So my other question is, what makes a great entrepreneur?
What makes a great entrepreneur? When I was also inspired by a book called E-Myth, and and also a book that was written by Robert Kiyosaki and John C. Maxwell. And in those books, I find that a successful entrepreneur is that when you can identify your role. Because a lot of times, business owners, they are not actually entrepreneurs, but they are actually either engineers, they are managers, they are technicians. Basically they are doing the thing rather than leading the company towards that vision. So, for example, like in my case, for example, in a restaurant case, a lot of the time the business owners or the entrepreneur that owns the restaurant, they are usually the cook or the chef, and they will be working 16 hours a day in the kitchen, cooking and preparing the food. And in the end, they do not have a legacy plan on how to exit. They do not have a plan on how to actually grow the business with their team, because they are doing everything. So I think a great entrepreneur is that when you can identify your role as the entrepreneur, and then to build a team that can work together with you to fulfill that vision, so that you yourself do not have to kill yourself by working 16 hours a day.
Okay. So, what role did education have in your success?
In my situation, education really played a big role. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Finance from the University of Oregon, and I took my Master's in Business Administration at the Seattle U. And I think education gave you the ability to have a creative mindset, and also to have a fundamental knowledge, especially in business fundamentals.
And my last question is, what is the most important question that I didn't ask you right now that you would share as an entrepreneur? An insight, maybe.
Oh, the question maybe that you can ask an entrepreneur is maybe their vision or their goals.
All right.
So what is my vision? My vision goes back to our our starting vision, which is to educate the American market with the Indonesian cuisine, with the Indonesian food. And therefore my vision is to expand actually that Indonesian food experience, what I call it, the Indonesian food diplomacy, throughout the whole United States, whether it is through joint ventures or licensing, or it could be through franchising.
All right. Oh well. Thank you, Mr. Irwan, for your for this interview. Well, I wish you luck in your venture. Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine.